Here are 25 key principles from Peter Thiel's 0 to 1 Notes on Startups, or How to Build the Future. Each is stated clearly and described briefly in at least 3 sentences. Principle 1. True innovation is going from 0 to 1, creating something new, instead of copying what already exists, 1 to n. Most economic activity today is horizontal copying, such as globalization or incremental improvements. Real value and progress come from vertical breakthroughs that invent entirely new categories. Startups should focus on creating unique technologies rather than competing in existing markets. Principle 2. Every great company is built on a secret, an important truth that very few people agree with. Secrets are hard truths about the world that others overlook or dismiss. Discovering and exploiting a secret gives a company its unique edge. Without a secret, businesses end up in crowded, competitive spaces with no real advantage. Principle 3. The best businesses are creative monopolies that solve problems in ways no one else can match. Monopolies earned through superior innovation deliver far better products and capture lasting value. They allow long-term planning and investment in the future. True monopolists often downplay their dominance to avoid regulatory attention. Principle 4. Competition destroys profits. It is for losers. Intense competition forces companies to become indistinguishable and drives margins to zero. Successful founders avoid competition by creating something so unique that they escape it entirely. Building a monopoly through breakthrough technology is the only path to enduring profits. Principle 5. Creative monopolies are good for society because they drive real progress. Monopolies from innovation fund further research and create widespread benefits over time. In contrast, perfect competition leaves companies too resource-constrained to innovate. Society advances faster when great companies are allowed to keep the value they create. Principle 6. Perfect competition yields no economic profit in the long run. When many firms offer identical products, prices fall to the cost of production. No company can invest in the future under such thin margins. Only monopolies have the capital and incentive to pursue bold, long-term visions. Principle 7. Start by dominating a small, niche market before expanding. Capturing a tiny market completely is easier than fighting for a share of a large one. Once you own a niche, you can scale to adjacent markets. This sequencing turns a small monopoly into a large one over time. Principle 8. The last mover advantage is far more valuable than being first. Being first often means making costly mistakes and facing competition. The last mover builds a durable monopoly that dominates for decades. Great companies like Google achieved this by creating defensible, long-lasting positions. Principle 9. Great companies are founded on secrets that are difficult to uncover. Secrets exist in overlooked areas of science, nature, or human behavior. Most people believe there are no more secrets left, which makes them harder to find. Pursuing secrets gives startups a clear mission and a unique opportunity. Principle 10. Definite optimism. Having a bold, specific plan for the future is superior to indefinite optimism. Indefinite optimism assumes things will get better without knowing how. Definite optimism involves designing and executing concrete plans to create the desired future. Only definite thinking leads to real technological and economic progress. Principle 11. A bad plan executed decisively is better than no plan at all. Indefinite thinking leads to aimless iteration and wasted resources. Even flawed definite plans force learning and progress. Founders must commit to a vision and adjust as needed rather than remaining directionless. Principle 12. It is better to risk boldness than triviality. Most ventures fail because they pursue small, safe ideas in competitive spaces. Bold attempts at important problems have a higher expected value. Great success requires taking risks that others consider unreasonable. Principle 13. Sales and distribution are as crucial as the product itself. Even the best technology fails without effective sales. Every company must master selling its vision to customers, employees, and investors. Invisible or undervalued sales efforts are often what separate winners from losers. Principle 14. Venture outcomes follow a power law. Vast returns come from a few outliers. Most startups fail, but a tiny fraction generate almost all the value. Investors and founders must focus on potential 10x or 100x improvements. Diversifying across many small bets misses the massive upside of power law winners. Principle 15. Great founding teams operate like tightly aligned cults with a shared mission. Members must believe deeply in the company's vision and be willing to sacrifice for it. Clear roles and strong internal cohesion prevent politics and conflict. Small, mission-driven teams outperform large, bureaucratic organizations. Principle 16. Startups should remain small enough to maintain strong collaboration and culture. As companies grow large, coordination becomes harder and innovation slows. Early-stage teams benefit from being lean and unified. Preserving startup-like intensity even as you scale is a key challenge. Principle 17. Every person in a startup should have one clear responsibility to avoid conflict. Overlapping roles breed internal competition and resentment. Clear delineation of duties keeps teams aligned and productive. Founders must design the organization deliberately from the beginning. Principle 18. Technology should complement human abilities rather than merely replace them. Tools that augment human capabilities create the most value. Full automation often fails to deliver promised efficiencies. The best innovations make people more powerful rather than obsolete. Principle 19. Globalization without new technology is unsustainable. Copying existing models across countries adds limited long-term value. Without vertical progress in technology, growth eventually stalls. Horizontal spread alone cannot support indefinite economic expansion. Principle 20. Real progress requires intense vertical breakthroughs, not broad horizontal copying. Decades of focused effort on one hard problem can yield massive advances. Spreading existing ideas widely creates only temporary growth. The future depends on concentrated technological intensity. Principle 21. 7 questions determine startup success. Engineering, timing, monopoly, people, distribution, durability, and secret. A breakthrough technology must be 10x better. Market timing must be right. The team, sales strategy, and defensible position all matter equally. Missing any one factor usually leads to failure. Principle 22. Think from first principles rather than by analogy. Most people reason by copying what worked before with slight changes. First principles thinking breaks problems down to fundamental truths and rebuilds solutions. This approach uncovers radically better possibilities. Principle 23. Disruption often means entering head-on competition, which should be avoided. The term has become an excuse for fighting in crowded markets. True innovation creates new markets instead of disrupting old ones. Founders should aim to build monopolies, not battle incumbents. Principle 24. The future is created by definite visionaries who plan boldly. Indefinite optimism leads to financialization and short-term thinking. Definite optimists design and execute specific futures. Progress depends on leaders with clear, ambitious plans. Principle 25. Every great moment in business happens only once. The next big success won't copy the past. The next Bill Gates won't build an operating system, and the next Zuckerberg won't create a social network. Future founders must invent entirely new categories. Imitating past winners guarantees mediocrity.